In this video, we will discuss how to use action bar or toolbar together with menu in Android applications. Currently, you see portrait orientation for the Android phone. You see what kind of toolbar is available right now. So we have a toolbar that attached to the application and the menu that inflated to this toolbar. So the menu is inflated as this XML file. So this is the design part of the application. And this is how the application looks like when you run it. So what is important when we have this application in portrait phone orientation, we don't actually see the space, enough space to display all menu items, elements with the signatures. But we do have three icons, which is lookup, share, and download. And we can test them. All they work. And we have overflow item, menu item, setting, and about. So once we rotate the phone, we would have more space. We have a space for subtitle. We have a space for the text for the search button, menu item, and the rest is similar to the portrait phone application. Okay, so let's get started. Action bar and toolbar, it's kind of like a top decker elements that are not only easy to use, but they also facilitate the explosion of additional custom actions, menus, and they improve structural navigation in a simple and elegant way. And you see how for example, action bar looks like. So on the top, we have a header section that occupies the top decker screen space. If the space is not sufficient, it splits the content to the footer section of the application GUI, if it's not sufficient. So body section is the main application's UI in the middle. So what is menus? Menus is a common design feature that's often included in Android solutions, Android applications. A good menu should provide a simple and unobtrusive interface that adds more capabilities to the application without occupying much space. So we don't need to see the menu that takes your whole screen. You don't see what actually the screen is about. So menu can be adjusted to the currently displayed UI, and each screen may have its own set of options menu. Screen could have any number of widgets and may optionally attach a menu to any of those widgets. Current design practices, this is very important, promotes the integration of menus and the top decor component. Android supports two types of menus, option menu and context menu. So when you press on the three dots on the right side, the vertical dots, it's option menu. Option means you have options that set up the programmer, right? The option menu is a global options menu that triggered by pressing the device hardware or virtual menu button. The global menu is also known as action menu. There is only one option menu of each UI. You mean like if you have a UI application, only one main menu, right? And that menu on the right side, or pressing menu button on your device. Context menu. Context menu is raised by a tap and hold interaction, long tap, on the widget associated to the menu. You may set one context menu on any widget. What is global menu? Global menu is sitting on the toolbar or action bar. You may be asking me what the difference between action bar and toolbar. Visually, no difference. Only the difference Android is evolving, and SDK 3 has action bar as a one control element that plays a role of the creating top menu. So it's depicted as a graphical toolbar at the top of each screen, and it's usually persistent across the applications because this is a main menu, right? Or options menu or control menu. This is the same words. I'm using the same words that they use in the book, in the text. So what it normally contains? The following pieces: navigation, UP button, hamburger or arrow button, identity logo. Now it's eliminated in toolbar almost. Title, subtitle, you can say something here dynamically. The next, it might be some action titles. It could be some spinner here. What is spinner? You remember the drop-down box, right? It's very convenient. Could be menu action, the custom layout as a search, as icon no text menu action too. So any clickable buttons showing icon text custom layouts can be used in action tiles. Overflow option menu button. So more options. If you want to see more options, you will press these three dots. So what is the action bar strategy and design strategy? So it's acting as a condensed switchboard, intuitively exposing the application main organization and functionality in terms of, in this case, menu and in terms of some actions. It hosts on its rightmost position and an unobtrusive overflow menu button, which could be customized for each UI. So basically, you can put anything here, but normally in a text way, right? You cannot combine text and picture. Normally, only text in this overflow menu here. So all important buttons are in the same place, right? You come into this application, search. By the way, what is that?
Back or refresh?
Refresh. Oh yeah, just repeat again, right? Yeah. So what is that? To take something from the list, right? So that I can spinner, yeah. So it's a classical stuff inside. Yeah. So let's check some very nice applications with action bar architecture. On the left side, you see the weather application. On this right side is Pandora. It's two different applications showing a relatively similar navigation pattern and visual structure. But did you notice that weather application has extra layer? So have one more extra layer underneath. So one layer is a menu. What is the second layer? So the second layer represents the page viewer, right? So you remember we studied with you page viewer last week. So you basically can have a page view control here and moving through the current tab selection to the another tab and navigate through the page view control with a different fragment. So that's in this case you have a power of the navigation panel and power of navigation that's supported through the page view control. So let's talk about simple stuff, how to create. We are not going to create such complicated stuff right now, of course, right? We have to start with the basic and we have to study how to create simple action bar. And then we have to move to the toolbar because action bar is kind of old. This example show you how to use the basic blank application using Android wizard to generate a simple menu. So we modify a res menu main XML file to produce a custom action bar. The screenshots below are taken from the small handset and the tablet running the application. So what's the difference between a small handset and a tablet? Each action bar contains logo, title, activities, and overflow menu button. Images are slightly different, and the final decision how to best display the action bar is made by Android at runtime environment based on how much screen space is available. So good news, it's done automatically by runtime environment, and you don't need to be worried about this. Okay, let's create application, right? As I said, this is easy. That's relatively easy. Open your res menu main XML definition and add item to this file. So for example, You notice this menu XML all the time. Sometimes I tell you, delete this, right? Because you don't have a menu. Right now, you have to populate your items to the menu XML. And this item will basically display in your action bar or toolbar. So we have right now 3 elements. How about the overflow menu on the right side? So this is also items, but these items have a property shows an action never. You never show them. They always are not visible by default, and they do not have a picture. They don't have icon. So in order to create a menu item in XML, you have to specify five attributes. Number one, Android ID. We needed to identify what actions has been selected. Number two, optional icon to be displayed with this entry. If you want to know more about, you just can check iconography page from Android developer website. Relative position of the title on the action bar, 100, 140, 140. It's kind of like a position of the elements in the order, how you want them appear. In this case, from the right to left. Show as action customer placement of an individual tile that determined using the clauses never, if room, always, with text, and collapsed action view. You notice we use with you right now both always and with text. Sometimes only always, sometimes never. And this will give toolbar idea where to place your item elements. Optional text describing the action tile. So optional text if you want to describe tile. So when you do this, you need to decide how to process menu when it's selected, right? So this is a little bit programming required, a little bit programming. So we need to inflate resource menu as a global options menu. Option menu generally persists for the lifetime of the application. Two methods are responsible for the most of the work related to interacting with the tiles on the menu items. On create options menu basically inflate XML to the view, defining each view the action type. On option item selected, defined click event of any menu item and respect the proper response to the user request. Basically, these two methods we have to redevelop. One is inflating menu, another is menu click listener. Okay, I'm using simple words just to explain you what these two methods means. If you notice, I'm talking about action bar all the time, but I'm saying toolbar sometimes, word, sometimes action bar. You cannot distinguish using your eyes between view produced by toolbar and action bar. They look similar, but we are using different themes, using different widgets. So toolbar is just simply improved action bar, and toolbar is a new control element that presented in Marshmallow 5.0. And its functionality is equivalent to the action bar and offers a few more features on the top. So toolbar can include navigation button, identify logo, title, subtitle, menu items, and optional custom. But unlike as action bar, toolbar appears only on the top of the screen. So you may have one more toolbar on the application. One could be pink, another could be transparent. So this is only the difference. And this is how toolbar works at the top and the bottom area. So it's your decision to put bottom toolbar, and it's your decision to put on the top. So in this example, it's convenient to have two toolbars. The top include logo, title, menus, overflow button. The bottom include spinner, additional action like taking picture. And we need two menu XML in this case, right? because one menu XML will be covered at the top, another menu XML will cover the bottom side. Okay, that's enough to talk. So yeah, what you're gonna do for this application? I have very basic application to run. Activity in XML has a toolbar that inserted here. It's not only the way to do like this, you can get toolbar using themes. You probably would be surprised when you open criminal intent, the chapter 16. You will not find toolbar in your XML layout. Why? Because you include logo toolbar to Android manifest at a theme, one of the theme, dark, hollow toolbar or something. It's a little bit confusing for me, to be honest, because one application using toolbar in XML, another using in the theme, and both will give us the same solution. I guess it's because this topic is still evolving, and Android developers have different options. So make sure that you are okay with this. When you open your application and you don't see toolbar in XML, but you see toolbar visually, check Android manifest. Okay. Okay, so this is what I gave you already today. So I want you to check this toolbar. So I have I selected menu XML, and you see the two actions, two menu actions, action search and action about. So we have two different things, but one item sitting in the action bar, another one is not visible. When you press on the overflow, it will be on the right side. So how to program them? This is a program for you to present two items. As I said, one is with icon, drawable, and you see, like, it's important to use predefined images for the IC action search. You're not going to create your own image for the action part. It's not good. Always with text, always means put to the toolbar in this text. Second item doesn't have any icon and has a name, shows action never. So automatically move this item to overflow and title. So this is how easy to create menu. How to process menu in Java? Even more easier. So when you create menu, you inflate it, right? So where do you inflate menu here? Toolbar inflate menu, and this is the name of the XML file you inflated, right? So you know every resource r.id dot, but here you don't have ID directly. r.menu dot main. And what is main? Main XML from the menu folder, resource folder. We have to override on menu item click method to handle action bar item clicks. So if search is found, I just simply have one text message. If the about is found, we have ID message. You can make right now assumption how to easy process menu items in the application. So this is what you will get. When you press search, you will get one response. When you press overflow button, press and hold, you will get another thing. So this is how easy to process application. I will ask you to do this with modification. So I'll jump right now to the very end because I want to tell you what to do in class today. So in class, you will run that application that is given to you. Maybe you already did it. So unzip, import, and run. You know how to do it, right? Don't install anything. If you don't know how to install, run, let me know. Provide modification by adding extra menu item. 3 items according to the instruction on the right side. So you're given search with icon, right? I want you to make 2 more items. One is what? Share. Another one is?
Like download.
Download, yes. Yeah. Another thing, this application has one overflow item is about. I want you to add settings, one more overflow item. We can start right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and it should be not hard to do today.